Emily here. Thank you so much for joining me for this full-length Pilates Reformer class working on crossbody exercises. Today I have a few things set up on my machine that I normally don't. I am using double loops today. I have one blue spring or one light spring on. I do not work on half springs. I have my box and I have a sticky mat. The sticky mat is for stomach massage, but you can also use it for swan today. So my headrest is up. If you'd like a neck pillow, totally optional. I'm going to come down to lying on my back. The first thing I'm going to do is work with feet and straps, which is not going to be as nice as it sounds because it's on one blue spring, right? So I'm going to find my straps. I'm going to press away from the bumper, place one foot into the foot strap, find tabletop, place the other foot into the foot strap, find tabletop, scooch away from your shoulder blocks. I have my legs touching together in the center in the midline. I'm going to locate a nice neutral spine, nice flat wide shoulder blades, draw my ribs together, nice flat sacrum, sink my belly button to my spine. We're going to be starting with dead bug, which is my least favorite, most favorite exercise. I'm going to make my hands into blades, like C-3PO from Star Wars. I'm going to place my hands below my knees and my thighs. My elbows are pointed away from me. I don't want to pop that popping into my shoulder blades. I have a nice long neck. I'm going to press my hands into my thighs and my thighs into my hands at the same time. But I'm not going to tuck my tail to do this. I'm going to equal pressure. I'm now going to hold it. Just going to hold for 5, count of 5, and release. Now, inhale again, exhale, press my thighs in my hand on my thighs. I should feel the wrap on my ribs, the drop on my belly button, the squeeze under my arms. I should feel very connected and strong in my neutral spine. Release. Inhale, exhale, press my hands into my thighs into my hands. Really pull those shoulder blades away from the ears. Drop those shoulder blades down on the mat. Don't allow rounding in the shoulder blades to make this move happen. Release. Inhale. Exhale and press everything together again. Let's just get through this part, right? And release. Now on the next one, we're going to hold it for 5, but we're not going to release. We're going to add on. So inhale, exhale, hands into thighs, thighs into hands. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Don't release the press of the thighs to the hands. Curl up, just to the tips of the shoulder blades. No tucking. Uncurl. And curl up on the inhale, exhale, and uncurl on the inhale, and exhale, and inhale. 2 more, and we'll release the squeeze. Inhale, but not our legs. We're going to stay in this position. And 1 more, and press, 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 press. Feel the strong connection, the abdominal connection in your body. Release. Now, let your hands release for a second. We're going to be doing some single leg work, which is going to feel a little weird because we're going to release the press or the straps on one foot as the other leg presses away. Leave that foot where it is in space, even without the support of the strap. I'm going to place both my hands on my thighs again. I'm going to take my left hand and rotate it so that my fingers are facing my right knee, and I'm going to place just my fingers on top of my hand. I shouldn't have to lift my shoulder to do this. Just a gentle whoop, place it on there, right? Now press that right hand into the right thigh and curl it up. And now stay here and press the left leg away and let it come back in. Try to keep that right leg where it is in space and don't allow any shifting on the hip to occur. So stay with that connection that you had earlier. We just had 2 more, 4. This is very challenging, mostly because you lose the tension in the strap on the leg that's not working. And release your head, neck, and shoulders. Take your hands off, place your left hand on your left thigh, take your right hand, rotate it so the fingertips are facing the left hand, and gently just place that left fingertips on the left hand. Now, inhale, exhale, curl up, press that left hand into the left thigh. Squeeze under the arms, find that connection, and press the right leg. And pull it, leaving the left leg where it is. And press and pull. I find it requires a lot of connection through my left leg to maintain this position. Don't allow any shifting to happen towards the tail on the right leg. And let's do 1 more. Now uncurl, release your hands real fast. We're going going to do kind of a similar series with a slight crossbody. So instead of going elbow to knee, you want to think of going sternum, which is right in the center midline of your body where your ribs connect, up through your pecs to your knee. So I'm going to place both my hands on top of each other for this. But to get there, I'm going to place both my hands on my thighs for dead bug. I'm going to take my right hand and bring it to my left hand. I'm going to inhale, exhale, curl up, and my rotation is super slight. I'm pressing both my hands into my left thigh and my left thigh into my hands, and I'm going to uncurl and curl it up and uncurl. Don't lose the press. Keep the shoulders nice and wide. Give me a little tweeze in the backs of the shoulder blades. Exhale and inhale. Now exhale, stay up. Now extend the right leg and pull it. And extend the right leg and pull it. Again, guys, we have the slightest rotation. We feel solid. We're keeping both hips on, both sides of the ribs on. One more. Uncurl. Take my right hand, place it on my right thigh. Sorry, I have an itch. I'm taking my left hand, place it on top of my right hand. Now I'm going to curl up, press my right hand and my left hand into my right thigh, and press the thigh into my hands. Bringing my sternum to the knee, right in the center, and uncurl. Exhale, curl up. Inhale to uncurl. Here's 3. Belly button to spine, ribs to hips, nice long neck. Now on this next one, we're going to stay up and extend the left leg and pull it. Now find that connection. Now extend the left leg and pull. And 2. And pull. Keep that right leg stable. Curl up a little deeper. Good job, guys. And here's 5. Uncurl. Release your arms for a moment. We are going to do a double leg extension to our personal working level. Still with that connection right here. So we're going to extend our legs, but we're not going to lose the connection that we had for the dead bug and tabletop when we had both hands on both thighs. When we extend our legs, we're just going to leave our hands where they are in space and extend our legs away. And then pull our thighs back towards our hands and press our thighs into our hands and our hands into our thighs. So find that position real fast. Press hands into thighs, thighs into hands. Curl it up. Now, leaving the hands where they are in space, they will disconnect from the thighs. I'm going to press my legs out to working level, keeping a neutral spine, and pull it back and pressing thighs into hands, hands into thighs, and extend. I have my chin not connected to my chest. It's as if I'm holding an apple or an orange beneath my chin. Here's 4, and pull, and here's 5, and pull. Staying in curl up, can you bring your knees in a little tighter and take the straps off and put the straps in your hands. Extend your legs up to the ceiling and bring your hands down by your side. You're in a 90-degree position with your elbows on the mat and your palms are facing up away from you towards the foot bar. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to scissor here. So, I'm going to scissor my legs, my left leg away, right leg's up, and switch. Switch, 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 switch. Pause at the top together. Extend my arms up without moving the carriage, leaving my arms flat out, my shoulder blades flat on the mat. I'm going to switch, 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 switch. Bend my knees to tabletop. Place my feet on the foot bar. Extend it away. Place one foot strap on the foot, other foot strap on the foot. Now draw it in to frog. Now from here I'm going to extend out into frog. It's going to be very challenging. It's very challenging unless you're used to using extremely light springs for footwork, because we're looking for the straps to really hold our legs up, right? And pull. Here's 4. And inhale to extend. Exhale to pull. Don't let your tailbone tuck. Imagine you're still in dead bug. So find that connection that you had with the obliques and the wrap, the internal obliques, the belly button to the spine, the drawing together of the ribs. Now one more. Extend and pull. Now the legs will come up to the ceiling. We're going to separate them the width of the carriage, bring them down to working level, squeeze them together, and float them back up without tucking. Width of the carriage, and down, and squeeze, and lift. I know I like to do it too. I like for my leg circles to be nice and big. With the weight this light, it's easier to maintain the control. And now we're going to reverse. Go down, width of the carriage, float it up, and squeeze together. But it's easier to maintain the control on the carriage and your body and not arch like we've been working on with dead bug if we keep the circles to be more of a square or a rectangle. All right, guys, we have one more. Lower and separate and lift and squeeze. Bend your legs into a frog. Take one foot out. Find the foot bar. Press the other leg away. Find the other strap. Take it off. Carefully come back into the bumper. We're going to come to our side. Come up to sitting. We're going to add one medium spring. And my machine, that is one red. So now I have one light and one medium spring on. That's one red, one blue. These are lighter springs that I normally cue for footwork, but we're going to go right into footwork and then into the single leg circles in the 100, sorry. Come on to our back. We're going to be in a high Pilates V with your heels lifted slightly. Just like we did with our hands, we're going to keep our heels where they are in space. As we press out, we're not going to drop our heels and lift them. So press it out in the inhale and exhale back in. Again, guys, here, just like we were talking about in earlier exercises, we want to keep the same feeling of the body that we had in dead bug. So don't lose that connection in the core. Inhale and exhale. So you almost, I find that when my springs are lighter, I almost have to use more hamstring to pull it in. Here's 9. More glutes, more hamstrings. More control, right? And 10. Now, from there, we're going to slide to our heels, still in Pilates V, to the outside edges of the foot bar. We're going to inhale to press and exhale to pull. Inhale to press, exhale to pull. Try to keep everything real steady. You can place one hand on the bottom of your ribs, or the thumb on the bottom of the ribs, the pinky on the hips. Fan the hands out, fan the rest of the fingers out across the abdominals. Make sure you're not pooching or puffing up. Here's 9. Make sure your hips aren't shifting funny, right? And here's 10. Now, staying in Pilates V, pull it up to a high heel position so that your weight is primarily centered between your big toe and your second toe. You can keep your hands on your ribs and your hips. And inhale it out, and exhale it back in. And inhale it out, and exhale it back in. Here's 3. 4. 5. Press it out all the way. Good. Here's 7. 8, 9, and 10. Now stay in high heel. Pull your feet back into a Pilates V. Rotate them so they're parallel and squeezed together in the center, but in a high heel demi-point forced arch position, and press it out. Squeeze those glutes strong to open up the front of the hips and not rock over to your tail and come back in. And inhale, and exhale. As you inhale, your body is stretched out so it can fill with more air. And as you exhale, you're squishing everything together to squish the air out. The breath pattern can change. If you're looking for more of a challenge, you'll exhale the way out and inhale in. One of the ways to make Pilates harder is to change the breath pattern. Here's 9. One more. Make sure your knees aren't flopping apart as you come in and out. Now press out. We're going to trot. So As my left heel goes under with a straight leg, my right knee bends in a high heel position. I'm going to press up. Now as my right knee comes under, my left knee bends over in a high heel position and up. And switch. And switch. Now, place your thumbs on your ribs, place your pinky on your hips, fan your fingers across your stomach, and make sure that you're not shifting with this light weight. Good, here's 9. And up, up, and up. Stay up. Now both heels will go under, and both heels will come up. Nice and slow, equal time down, equal time up. Here's 4. And 5. Keep breathing. 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. Squeeze the glutes. And 10. And up. Now drop the heels under. Take the left foot. Hook the foot under so that you're pulling with your left toes to pull the right heel under further to increase that calf stretch. Go ahead and release. Place the left foot on, take the right foot under, hook those toes under, come into a heavy flex position so you can pull that left heel under. Good. Bring both heels on, heels under, micro bend the knees. Come in carefully and slowly. We're going to do 5 single leg circles in each direction on the carriage. So I like to do my circles in Pilates feet. If you like to do it parallel, that's totally up to you. I'm going to extend my right leg over the foot bar. As I press out to a high heel position, I'm going to float my leg up to the ceiling without tucking. Really engage that left side. Squeeze that left glute. Now I'm going to bring my leg down on the inhale, and as I exhale it up and around, it'll come up back up to the original position. So inhale down, exhale around and up. Here's 3. If you feel your body shifting, make your circle more of an oval. And reverse. Inhale away and down and exhale it up. Inhale away and down and exhale it up. 3, 4, and 5. And now bend the knee to come in across the bumper. Float the leg off. I still hovering, guys. Now place that foot on as you bring the left foot up and over. Press away to a high heel position. Float that leg up. Inhale down and exhale away and up. Inhale down. There's always one side that struggles a little bit more than the other side. Don't forget to squeeze the glutes on this side too. For me, it's usually my left side. Now I'm going to reverse. Inhale it away and around and exhale it up through the center. Inhale away and around, exhale it up. Here's 3. And 4. And 5. Bend the knee to come in and come all the way across. Now, give your knees a hug real fast. Scooch away from the shoulder blocks. Legs to tabletop. Fingertips out of the sternum, 12th rib. No straps. No footwork, straight into hundreds. Inhale, exhale to curl, but extend your legs to your working level and begin pumping. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Long continuous inhale through the nose. Long continuous exhale through the mouth. Try not to bob your head like a chicken. Try to let the movement come from your shoulder joints. Curl up a little deeper. Make sure you're not tucking. Squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your glutes. Don't crunch your chin to your chest or look up to the ceiling. Imagine you're holding an egg under your chin. If you crunch your chin too close to your chest, you get yolk all over your front. And if you look up at the ceiling, your egg rolls away. Final set. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Legs up to the ceiling. Reach back with your pointer finger and your thumb. Hold on to your shoulder block or your pegs. We're going to work in parallel. Flex your feet and lower for 1, 2, 3. Point your feet and lift. 2, 3, and flex and lower. 2, 3, point and lift. 2, 3. Again, find the same connection that you had earlier with dead bug. Don't rock your tail. Work really hard to maintain feeling that connection. Final one. And exhale, 2, 3. Give your knees a hug, guys. Rock from side to side. All right, I'm gonna roll to this side and come up. I'm going to find my sticky mat. We are going to do stomach massage. So, when I place my sticky mat on, I like to do it so that I have it set up a hand's width from the edge of the carriage to my thumb, so that I know where to put my tail, because I want to put my tail a hand's width from the edge of the carriage. I'm also going to take my foot bar and I'm going to drop it by 1. So from here, I'm going to straddle my machine and sit down with my tail right at the edge of my sticky mat, a hand's width from the end of my carriage. I'm going to place 1 heavy spring or 1 green spring on. I'm going to come up to the center first in Pilates feet, and I'm going to give my hips a little shake, pull myself in with as flat a back as I can towards the carriage to release my hips a little bit to prepare them for this exercise. Bring my hands up and around and place my C3PO or blade hands again, guys, with more weight in my middle finger right here at the edge of the carriage on the corners. You don't want to roll back and like pinch your fingers, right? But you do want them a little wide with little like huggy tree arms almost, so that you can really press in to the carriage. Now, round forward and look in between your legs at the springs. Now press out on 1, high heels. Drop your heels on 2. Press back on 3 and in on 4. Out on 1, heels down on 2. Lift on 3, in on 4. Keep breathing. Here's 4. I find that my breathing changes so much during stomach massage. But I like to inhale out, exhale down, inhale lift, exhale in. And 1 more. Now from there, stay in. Lift your arms up in front of you. Circle them out and bring them back. You can place them on the carriage or on the shoulder block if you have the mobility. Give me a slight little chest lift. Drawing your ribs together still. Press out on 1, down on 2, lift on 3, in on 4. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Perhaps you like to inhale out, inhale down, exhale lift, exhale in. That's cool too. Just as long as you have a breath pattern, guys, right? Now from there, I'm going to release my arms up, up, up. Biceps around my ears. Hopefully those have a shoulder issue. You can bring them wherever you need to for that. I'm going to press back, driving my tail behind me, and come back in. No heel left. Press back, drive my tail behind me, and heel left. Find a flat back position. Here's 5, 6, 7, 8. Stand at the bumper. Bring your hands in front of you. We're going to do a rotation. As we press out, we're going to rotate the left hand back, looking back at it, not lifting our right hip, and come back to center as the carriage comes into the bumper. And now the right hand will open and we'll rotate, rotate, rotate to look. And come back to the center. And to the left. And back. And to the right. Try to drive your tail behind you a little bit more, guys, here. Keep breathing. We have 1 more to each side, guys, and then we're going to get a stretch, okay? And 1 more. Now, place your hands in between your feet on the foot bar. Walk your feet wide on the foot bar. You can have your toes on, so you can drive your heels under. You can have your arches on, or you can have your heels on, whatever you prefer. Now press the carriage away, hold on in the center, and drop your head down. Breathe into your back here. Begin to soften the knees, bend it, and come back in. We're going to come off to the side of our carriage. We are going to take all but our medium spring on, which is our red spring. We are going to go into swan and then swimming, and that's all we're going to do on the box today. So let's go ahead and place our long box on. We're going to keep the foot bar where it is. If you have shoulder issues, this is especially beneficial. If you don't, we're going to do swimming next, and it just is nicer with foot bar down. If you would like a sticky mat, you can place it in the center of your box. One hand on the foot bar, other hand on one leg, other leg. Ooh, that sounded really bad. I have my sternum or my bra strap up at the edge of the box. I'm drawing my belly up and in. I've squeezed my ribs together, drawing them together, squeezing my inner thighs and my glutes. My shoulders are not way up high, guys. I have them dropped ever so gently right below my shoulders. I'm looking down at the floor. I'm going to press the carriage straight on one. I'm going to pull it in to the foot bar with the bumper. 1, 2, or as close as I can. Press out on 3, ribs still together, and in on 4. Out on 1, up on 2, out on 3, in on 4. Belly bend the spine. Wrap the wrist. Don't lose it. Don't flare it at the top. And out on 1, up on 2. Back on 3, in on 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now staying right here, can you lift your left leg up by squeezing your glutes and then your right leg, right? Now stay there. Reach your arms over your head. Okay, you come up a little bit higher with your ears between your biceps. Now we're going to inhale for 5 and exhale for 5. Begin swimming. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're wobbling, draw everything towards the midline and stop. And then begin again, but smaller. Final set. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Lower down. Bring your hands to the foot bar. One leg off. Other leg off. Release one hand. Release the other hand. We're going to go ahead and take the box off. All right. Now from here, guys, we're going to leave one red on. We're going to drop the headrest. We are going to put the foot bar all the way down. And I'm going to sit on my carriage with my legs through the headrest facing the back. I have a hand's width from my tail to the edge of the carriage again, guys. So go ahead and check on that. Now, if you find that your legs aren't fitting, crisscross one over the top. We're going to do a rowing 1 and the rowing 2 like this. Just 3 on each exercise. Go ahead and switch between rowing 1 and rowing 2. I'm going to reach down and find my straps. And I'm going to hold on to the hands. I'm going to bring my knuckles to face each other and sit up tall, 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 drawing my ribs together. Make sure you're not arching in the back. For a rowing 1, I'm going to tuck my tail, drive the carriage back with my tuck. Then I'm going to pull my knuckles into my sternum 12th rib. Staying in that C-shaped curve. I'm going to extend my arms out to a T, pull them back, flip my palm. Oh my gosh. Sorry, it's harder with the double loop straps for me. Flip my palms through and reach behind me. From there, I'm going to reach my hands up, circle them around like a swimmer. Stay in that rounded position as if I'm doing short spine on the mat almost. Articulate up, 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 up. Bring my knuckles together. It's definitely different using double loops than it is using handles, right? Inhale, exhale, tuck my tail, articulate back. Draw my hands into my sternum. Open my hands out to the T. Flip my palms. Ride my hands behind me. Lift my hands up, up, up. Circle them around like a swimmer. As I begin to stack my spine, my knuckles will find each other in the hug a tree position. Tuck my tail, articulate back. Hands to sternum. Open out to the T. Flip my palms. Dive down. Circle my hands up and over. Reach them over my legs in spine stretch position. Articulate up, up, up to sitting up tall. From there, I'm going to flip my hands to a 90-degree position, palms facing me. I'm going to flat back, sit back, or lean back. Do not allow your legs to become light. I'm going to lift my arms up, biceps by my ears or wherever my shoulders will allow me to. Then I'm going to sit up tall, 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 tall. I'm going to articulate over my leg in a round back position. So if I'm reaching over a barrel, flip my hands down, reach my hands down to either side of the reformer, row backwards. As I begin to articulate up tall, I'm going to sit up. My arms will be in a T with my palms facing back. As I reach forward, my palms will flip to the ground. When I am at the starting position, my hands will flip forward, and I'll bicep curl my arms back to a 90-degree position. Flat back, hinge back. Lift my arms up for 2, and now 1. Pause, now sit up. Flat back, hinge forward, and then round over the legs in spine stretch position. Row the arms back. Articulate up to sit up tall. Palms are still facing back. They'll come to facing the ground. You'll flip them up and bicep curl. Last one, best one, we're going to lift our arms 3 times. Flat back, hinge back, and lift for 3, 2, 1. Now sit up, reach forward, flip the palms down. Spine stretch position. Row the arms back, 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 back. Begin to sit up tall. Reach forward, palms to the ground. Flip the palms up and bicep curl. Release the arms. Peg the straps. We're going to do bird dog. If you are uncomfortable doing bird dog on the machine, you may step off the machine and do it to the side on the floor. No problems. All right. I'm going to start. My headrest is down. I don't like being cramped in the center with both arms up. I think it causes crunching. So I like to bring my body. So if I'm facing the uprights, I'm going to shift my body position towards my right hand. So my right hand is going to come to the frame, and my left hand is going to come to the shoulder block. I like it when my fingertips hang off the edge of the shoulder block because of my height. Perhaps you like it differently, that's totally cool. But I have my legs squeezed together, drawing towards the midline so that I don't feel unstable. I'm pulling my shoulder blades apart as if I'm pulling the machine apart. I'm drawing my belly button up into the spine. Don't sway in your low back, right? My shoulders are stacked over my wrists. My hips are stacked over my knees. Now, with my right hand, I'm going to reach it away from me. I would love for my bicep to be by my ear, but if I have shoulder issues, I pull it up to where I can comfortably. Lift and lower. Guys, doing this work on one side causes a lot of cross-body work that we don't even realize we're doing. Now one more. Now lower. Now I'm going to use my left foot and I'm going to extend it out with my hips in parallel. So look down and make sure your hips are square and pull it back in. My other leg is the one that really likes to splay, so I really have to keep an eye on it. If you have a mirror nearby, take a look. We have 2 more. And we're going to add on. Now, this is the part that can get a little tricky. Tap just your foot down. So it's sort of like reaching over the foot bar, maybe tapping gently. Reach your right hand out so that your fingertips are tapping. Now lift arm and leg and tap. Lift arm and leg. Make sure your hips are still square and tap. Here's 3. Here's 4. The springs are very light. Make sure you're not rocking too much, right? And look, now stay there. Now, bring the arm and the leg away from the body and squeeze it back in. Just an inch or 2. Here's 3. Outer hip, inner thigh. Outer hip, inner thigh, outer hip, inner thigh. Now 5 circles, arms and legs in each direction. And here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, lower arm, lower leg. Now, come to the center and place both hands on the reformer frame. I do want to say that I did not cue which way I wanted your arm and leg to go in the circles because I find it causes more stress than is necessary, and as long as your arms and legs are circling and you're keeping them small enough and staying stable, it's good enough for me. So let's do 3 cats and cows, okay? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up on my belly button and look in at my thighs. I'm not pulling my hips past my knees, right? Now same thing here. When I come into the cow, I'm going to leave my hip stack over my knees and pull it up. Just an articulation on the spine, guys, right? And down. And one more. Try not to crunch your head to the back of your spine like I just did. Try to keep a nice continuous curve, right? And come back to neutral. Walk your knees over to your left hand and take your right hand and put it on your left headrest. We're going to do the same series over here, and then we're going to turn around and we're going to do the rest of the rowing series before we do bridges. So, I'm going to take my left hand and reach my arm up and away. Go ahead and take a look. This is the side I like to display on. There's always one, right? Bicep by ear would be great. If you have a shoulder issue, wherever you can do it. Hips over knees, shoulder over wrist. One more. And lower. Now the right leg. This is my hip that loves to splay. So I'm going to draw my abs up and in. I'm going to make sure that my hips are square. If I have a mirror, I'm going to, oh, it was too splayed. And lower. And press. And lower. I need more. Strangely enough, I need more left side outer hip work. So that's what I need to help make my body square. And one more. Now, tap the foot down so it's still extended behind you. Just reaching out for the foot bar. It'll be easy to find a nice square hip here. I was splayed again. Reach the right hand in front of you, fingertips touching the frame, and lift and lower one. Lift and lower two. Here's three. Try not to look ahead of you at the wall, and five and lift. Now, leg out to the side, arm out to the side, and squeeze together. So outer hip, inner thigh, outer hip, inner thigh. Here's three. Here's four. And here's five. Now 5 circles in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower hand, lower arm. Good. Now go ahead and find a seated side on one hip, and then go ahead and face the front. My back hip bones, or my sits bones, or not my back hip bones, my sits bones are on the reformer, my back hip bones are against the shoulder blade. I'm going to go ahead and reach behind me and find the handles. Guys, the great thing about double loops is that if you find this weight is too heavy for you, you go from the hand loops to the foot loops. If that weight's too heavy, you have to change the springs at that point. All right, I'm going to bring my hands to my natural waist, tweeze the bottom tips of my shoulder blades so my elbows are going behind me. I'm going to take a look and make sure I'm not swaying in my back, right? I'm going to inhale, begin to articulate down to look at my thighs. After my imaginary back comes, or after my back comes off my imaginary wall past my shoulder blades, I'm going to begin to dip my fingers down to the reformer bed. I'm going to reach them forward as I round over the barrel. I'm going to articulate up with my hands up, hopefully biceps by ears again, but if that's not doable for you with shoulders, please put them where you can. I'm going to lower my hands down, tap the bed, lift them back up, articulate up to sitting up tall, 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 tall. Bring my arms to a field goal position, and then circle my hands back down to the original position. Shoulder blades, hips squeezing, elbows pointed back, hands at the natural waist. Inhale, begin to peel off my imaginary wall. Tap my fingertips to the reformer bed. Reach them forward, articulate up, 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 up to a flat back position. Tap my fingers down by moving nothing but my shoulder sockets. Lift it back up. Sit up tall, 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 tall in a flat back position. Find the field goal position and circle the hands back down. Last one, best one. Begin to articulate down. Bring the fingertips to the bed. Reach forward, lift it up. Move it nothing but the shoulder socket, and tap and lift and sit up tall. Circle my hands around to the original position. Flip my hands into the hand strap. God. So my fingers are pointing through, my thumbs are up top. I'm going to bring it to the huggy tree position. I'm going to inhale to the center, tap my fingers, and exhale to separate. And inhale, tap. Exhale to separate. Inhale to tap. Exhale to separate. Pause. Inhale without moving. Exhale to tap. Inhale to separate. Exhale to tap. Don't round in the shoulder blades for this position. Now, flip your hands. Find a diamond a diamond position. We are going to do salute. Bring your hands to your forehead with your thumbs in between your eyes. Go ahead and find a flat back position. Hinge forward slightly. Extend your arms and pull it back. If you find that you're doing excessive shrugging here, or if it's hard for your shoulders, extend your arms and then separate them out into Supergirl. Pull them back to the diamond and pull them back in. So you'll reach your arms out and separate to Supergirl and then pull them back in. Let's do 2 more variations of your choice. Stay in this position. Reach your hands up behind your head. If this position is not feasible for you, for shave the head, you can continue a salute. You're going to extend your arms up over your head and bring it back down. Extend your arms up over your head and bring it back down. Again, if this is not good for your shoulders, extend and separate to Supergirl. Bring it back behind the head. Keep your elbows slightly in your periphery. Extend in Supergirl and back behind the head. Last 2 of your choice of variation. Now, bring your arms down by your side in front of your body slightly. If this is getting to be too much for you, you can diamond or crisscross applesauce if the legs in front is not your position right now. Inhale, arms up to the shoulders, out to the T, and lower. And up, and open, and lower. 1 more, the T still slightly in your periphery. It shouldn't come behind your body. Let's reverse. Open up to the T, bring it together for serving. It shouldn't come in any closer than your uprights behind you, so that you're not crunching. Let's do 1 more, and in, and down. Now, release the carriage into the bumper. Go ahead and peg your straps. Make sure your headrest is down, and give your legs a quick shake. We are going to come in, and we're going to bring the foot bar back up, all the way back up to the starting position. We're going to stay on 1 red. When we bridge, we're going to do it on 1 medium spring, or in my machine, 1 red spring. If this is bothering your hamstrings, an uncontrollable amount, please feel free to put an extra spring on. I would recommend 1 light spring or 1 blue spring. So you would have 1 medium, 1 light, or 1 red, 1 blue. All right, let's go ahead and come down on to our backs. We're going to place our arches on the foot bar. Our heels are separated no wider than our sits bones. We're in a nice neutral spine. We've engaged our hamstrings. Inhale, exhale, imprint the spine, articulate up, 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 up to a bridge, and articulate down. Try not to move the carriage from the bumper. Inhale, exhale, tuck the tail, imprint the spine, articulate up, 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 don't flare the ribs, and articulate down, 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 down. On this next one, we're going to stay up and press the carriage out and pull it in 3 times before we articulate back down. Inhale, exhale, tuck the tail, articulate up, and now press. And pull. Really squeeze the glutes to open up the front of the hips, but don't arch in the ribs. You want to keep that nice neutral spine like we had for dead bug. And pull it back in, stay at the bumper, and then articulate down. Separate the feet to a wide Pilates feet. The bridge here will be more of a hinge bridge where we lift everything up at the same time and lower it down. Again, guys, same pattern. We're going to do 3 bridges. On the 3rd one, we'll stay up and press out and pull in 3 times before we hinge bridge down. On the arches again, inhale, exhale, hinge bridge up. Try not to come to your neck or flare your ribs, and lower and lift. Keep the carriage at the bumper. Make sure your hips are even. And lift, and now press, and pull with a hamstring curl. And press, and pull with a hamstring curl. And press, and pull with a hamstring curl, and now hinge bridge down. Roll to your side, come up to sitting up tall. Sorry, awkward, the dog's right there, right? And now, we are going to do some work to the back of the machine. Whew, pardon me. So, I'm actually going to go ahead and drop my foot bar 1 more time, which, sorry about that. I should not have come up in the bridge. I meant to move that, and I did not. I'm going to have my feet in my headrest. I'm going to scooch my glutes towards my shoulder blocks. If you are too tall to do can-can, teaser, and hip circles on the forearms, so modified hip circles on your carriage, please feel free to do them to the side of the machine. I'm going to come onto my forearms. I don't want to sink, so I want to lift, right? But I want to have a slight tuck in my tail. One leg to tabletop, other leg to tabletop. I'm going to rotate my legs together. It's one mega leg to the right. So my forearm on my left side is not going to come light, but my left hip will pull off slightly. Then I'm going to pull with my left obliques to pull my legs back to center. I'm going to rotate towards the right hip off. Pull with my right obliques back to center. And now to the left. Don't swing it, maintain control. And to the right. Now to the left. Extend both legs, bend both legs, center, and to the left. Extend both legs, bend both legs, center, right. Extend and pull and center, and to the left. Extend and pull. Guys, make sure you're not rocking off this forearm, right? Or the opposite forearm. Now, to the right, extend. Bend the top leg. Bend the bottom leg. Bend both legs to tabletop and center. To the left, extend and top leg and bottom leg and tabletop and center. One more time each side. To the right, extend and top leg and bottom leg and both legs and center. And to the left, extend, top leg, bottom leg, both legs, center. Now go ahead and place your feet down. You're going to come into a slight curl up position. Bring your legs to tabletop. Bring your fingertips up out of your sternum 12th rib. Don't dip your head into here, especially if you have a ponytail. You're going to lose your hair to the sprays, right? Circle your arms around to a T. Squeeze them in. And then extend up into that teaser that we were talking about. We're going to have to modify teaser with the shoulder blocks here. Now, begin to tuck your tail and still lowering your feet down at the same time. You're going to begin to pull your legs into tabletop as you come back down to that curl up position with your fingertips over your sternum 12th rib. Arms to the T, circle them down, pinky blade edge first. Exhale, up, lift, 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 lift. Now, 3 arm circles away from the body. 1, 2, 3, and reverse. 1, 2, 3. Begin to tuck your tail, bend your knees to tabletop. Slow with control as your arms come back up over your sternum 12th rib. Arms out to the T. Bring them down, pinky blade edge first. Draw that rib wrap. Lift it up, up, up. Lower them an inch. Lift them an inch for legs. Lower an inch. Don't move the upper body. Now, tuck the tail. Legs to tabletop. Keep your head lifted. Rest your feet down. Press yourself back up to your forearm position. We're going to do 3 leg circles in each direction with a tiny, tiny, tiniest baby hip lift. Bend your legs in, lift them up. So it's going to be like corkscrew almost on the forearms, right? Rotate to the right, no wider than reformer frame. I'm up off my left hip. As I circle my legs down, when they come to the center of the machine, I'm on both hips. But as I circle to the left edge of the reformer, my right hip lifts. I bring them back up, and when I come back to the center, both hips are grounded again. But I'm going to rotate to the left. My right hip's going to lift. I'm going to circle my legs down. As I come to the center of my working level, both hips are grounded, but then I'm going to go to the right. My left hip's going to lift. Both hips come up and back to center, and they're grounded. So let's go ahead and do that 2 more times in each direction. I'm going to go to the right, left hip will lift. Down to the center, both hips grounded. To the left, right hip lifts. Going to come up, center, both hips grounded. To the left, right hip lifts. Down into the center, both hips grounded. To the right, left hip lifts. Up and to the center, both hips grounded. 1 more time to each side. To the right, to the left and lift. And center. To the left and the center. And the right, lift and center. Bring the knees in, rest them on the headrest. Push yourself up to sitting up tall. And go ahead and bend over your legs for a nice little stretch. Over the legs. I'm going to come off to my machine to my left side as I'm facing the uprights, which would be my right side if I was facing the footboard, but I'm facing the uprights, right? Now I'm going to lift my foot down again. I'm going to stay on one red spring, guys. I'm going to fly into plank position. So one hand will come on, the other hand will come on. My toes are going to be tucked. My heels are going to be against the shoulder block. So from here, I'm going to reach forward. I'm going to find that position where I've engaged underneath my arms by rotating the inner aspects of my elbows slightly in front of me, pull apart the machine, make sure I'm not swaying my low back. I'm going to press up into a plank. Now I'm going to hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to bring my right hand to the center. I'm going to rotate my feet so I'm facing the right side. I'm going to lift my right arm up. If I'm able to, I'm going to press the carriage away a couple inches and pull it back under by squeezing underneath my arm. Otherwise, I'm going to hold this side plank position. We'll just have one more press and pull. Bring the left hand down, bring the right hand back to the other side, to the right side of the foot bar, and we're going to hold that plank again. I have the shakes, guys. I hope you do too. Pull that foot bar apart so you're really not rounding the shoulders. Bring that left hand to center, rotate towards the right side, bring that right hand up. Don't allow the left hip to lower. You want to stay up, up, up in a side plank. Now hold it or press out a couple inches and pull in. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your inner thighs in the side plank. 2. And here's 3. Bring that right hand down, rotate back through, bring the left hand to that side. Now we're going to pull the carriage apart, we're going to hold it. Now we're going to do 3 tiny tricep press-ups. So the elbows will point to the back uprights and lower and lift 1. Lower and lift 2. Lower and lift 3. Bend your knees as the carriage comes into the bumper. If you have shoulder issues, you can place your hands here to do child's pose. Otherwise, feel free to do child's pose with your hands over the foot bar. You can bring them to the outside of the foot bar as well, or choose not to do a different stretch here. This is pretty hard on the shoulders, guys, because you are coming through them. All right, now articulate up, 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 up. We have, guys, just one more exercise to do, and we're going to do some light breathing work, and then that's the end of class. So, facing the foot bar, tuck your tail, articulate down to the mat. Scoot your waist slightly from the shoulder blocks. Bring your legs to tabletop. Lift your head slightly so you can rest your head in your hands with them interlaced, so your thumbs long down your neck. Elbows will be in your periphery. Inhale, exhale to curl up. Let's do elbow to knee, but don't lift the back side or the opposite side you're rotating away from. So I'm going to rotate to the left and extend my right leg. With all the exercises today, I should feel strongly grounded in that right side. Come back to center, and now rotate to the right side. Don't lift that left leg and come back through center. Find a true rotation, not a pull to the opposite side. The rotation should come more through the midline, guys. Here's 3. I know it's really slow, right? We're only going to 5. And back through center. And exhale. Find that tabletop position before you continue. Last 2, best 2. And through center. And one more. Now, find the center first. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders and feet. Rotate to the side. And come to sitting on the reformer. Come to the edge. We're going to inhale the arms up, up, up. And then we're going to dive down through the center. And when we dive down through the center, if we can, we're going to thread our hands through our legs to the outside of our feet. Allow your head to dangle and begin to breathe into your back. One more deep breath. Now, release your fingertips as you begin to articulate up. Inhale up, lift your necklace or your sternum area to where the wall and the ceiling meet, and exhale down. Thank you so much for joining me for class today. If you have any questions or need any modifications, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.